Thank you, Mr. Moya. So a couple things I wanted to underscore. When Louis was talking about partnering with area businesses, he gave you some good examples there, but also just to explain that the Taos Business and Economic Collaborative is something that we're working on in terms of working with the career pathways in the high schools, working with internships, Rocky Mountain Youth Corps area, business opportunities, job shadow days, those kinds of things, job skills in terms of interviewing and resume writing and those sorts of things. So we are really excited about that, and we will be working with Steve at the Chamber and the Chamber Board and Victoria on that. So in addition, we've got members of the Small Business Development Center here. They're here, Gary Bowdy and Daniel Peralta are here to work with folks on small business development plans and a lot of other advice that they can give you. So we're excited to have that part of that SBDC network up here at UNM Taos as well. So I think as we look 5, 10, 15 years down the road, we are definitely here to really partner long-term with the business community. We have twice the national average of entrepreneurs here in Taos County. What folks may find surprising is that a lot of jobs in Taos County at this point are related to healthcare. So we are looking at those health and allied health areas for development, but we're also looking at natural resources. We're also looking at small business skills. We're also looking at the arts. We're looking at a whole range of things that we've always known Taos for. But in that context, I want to say that as one of the newest branch community colleges in the state, we couldn't be where we are without the support of people like Senator Udall and the others who help to fund our campus development and our programs like Title V and the Hispanic Serving Institution grants that we have. And in particular, we have a recent grant that we partnered with folks in the area to get from the Department of Energy. And so that grant has enabled us to hire a new advisor. And so you'll hear from that advisor is Fidel Torres, and you will hear from Dean Gilroy about some of the particular initiatives that we're working on in terms of partnering more specifically with the business community to make sure that as your local community college, we are helping provide the skills that you all need for the businesses in this area. I always think about what's Taos going to look like in 2050. You know, who's going to be here? And we want people to be able to live here, get educated here, raise their families here, have jobs here, and continue to make this the beautiful, wonderful community that we know it to be. Many of you have heard this, but I'll say, just in case you haven't, that in our last cohort of nursing students, 14 out of 14 passed their RN exam first time around. We couldn't be more excited about that, but also 11 out of the 14 are locally employed. So that's just an example of, you know, how we see it working when it's working at its best. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our Dean, Jim Gilroy, and our new advisor, Fidel Torres.
Thank you, Kate. What I'd like to do, because I'd like to leave some time for questions from all of you in a moment, as Dr. O'Neill said, partnering with the Rural Development Corporation, we were facilitated a grant from Department of Energy that allowed us to go ahead and to get an advisor that's working with us as an institution to develop mathematical skills for the business community, as well as go ahead and do some mentoring, advising, and coaching for those people that are in that business track, that business pathway. We are fortunate enough to have somebody that had the mathematics background, had the advising background, and knows university systems very well, and that's Mr. Fidel Torres. So I'd like Fidel to go ahead and just take a couple minutes and explain the program.
Hi. Well, the program's called Accelerate. What we're doing is we're assisting students who are coming into school or actually changing jobs. They might have been out of school for a while, and we're trying to train the students so that there's different requirements, of course, for their degree. First of all, they have their technical skills that they're trying to get, but also part of that is they have to have their, of course, writing skills and mathematical skills in order to get their certificate or move on to their associates, however it be, so that they have the proper skills out to go out into the workforce and do whatever job they're doing. Well, the Accelerate program does for this is it actually has me as a coach from the beginning till the end to assist students in case they encounter any obstacles, any issues or concerns that they have, and so I'm able to assist them to get over those obstacles. But in addition, to assist them with their technical related background skill set that they might need while they're going through their program. The other part to that is we also want them to be fully trained to go right into the workforce. And what that means is to teaching them how to write a resume. Many students have not written a resume or haven't written it in a very long time. So what kind of level do they need to bring that up to? Secondly, would be like their interviewing techniques. Make sure that they are prepared of what questions to answer and how to present their answers to you all when they do interview for those things. And in addition, employment ethics. What are expected to them once they're on the job? And so all of these things are type of things that this program is able to fund and assist students to be well trained and ready to walk in the door, and hopefully assist you all, with whatever jobs or skill sets they need at your businesses as an employer. So, if you have any questions concerning that program, I am here. I have 737-3756 is my number at UNM. And right now we're starting out with about 17 students. We're going to be increasing that as I start going to the class. Once classes start now in August, I'll be visiting classes and recruiting more students to get into the program and assisting to grow the program. So if you have any questions, just let me know. All right. Thank you.
I could talk to you, and Dr. O'Neill has really given a pretty good overview of the variety of programs that we have here. And I'm not sure the familiarity that you might have with the campus, but we began as a learning center back in 1994. We had a little over 200 students then. 2003, we became an official branch college where we could actually go ahead and hire faculty and build buildings. So from 2003 till today, we've got the campus out at Clower campus that you can see with the solar array that's there, as well as we employ now 11 full-time faculty, and we have 140 adjunct faculty. We probably have one of the best group of adjunct faculty, I think, in the state and in the region. Part of that's due just to the nature of the Taos community. We have many people here with tremendous skill sets, academic backgrounds that live here that just want to teach a course or two and go ahead and work with us. So we're very, very fortunate. If you have not taken a course with us in a variety of different programs, we invite you to do that. Our mission's twofold. We prepare students academically, and like Dr. O'Neill and Mr. Torres said, many of these students would not have had an opportunity to have gone ahead and gone to post-secondary education. They are generally students that are home-based and land-based, taking care of families, have their own families, taking care of businesses, whether it's agricultural or the like, and therefore don't have the opportunity to go ahead and leave. We struggle with that as a traditional college because we say the format the classes are given, generally we're 3 times a week for a class period, 55 minutes a time. Well, if you're living up in Costilla or Amalia and you've got to get down to our campus 3 times a week, 55 minutes, that's an excessive burden. What we're doing, and again with the help of Los Alamos Labs, we're trying to go ahead and look at new formats for delivering our content. One of them's in a distance format. And what's going on with Kit Carson Co-op and the whole broadband in the next 18 months going to be very, very critical for us having that sort of broadband dimension to deliver these programs. Another one is doing courses in a concentrated format. Instead of 16 weeks, 3 hours a week, that we deliver them on a weekend, 2 weekends, a Friday night, or whatever.